Good morning, everyone. Everyone is requested to stand.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 32nd regular session. This 32nd regular session is now called to order. May I request Honorable Duhali to lead the prayer to be followed by the singing of the national anthem and the recitation of the Councilor's Creed.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of our Almighty God. In the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Holy God, Creator and Sustainer, in your infinite wisdom, you have set us to be civil servants. This week, we are burdened for a multitude of civil servants who work to make living, sharing and working together, fruitful, fulfilling, and joyful. We pray those serve in positions of great responsibilities and those of lesser responsibilities, those who represent millions and those who serve hundreds, those whose decision will affect generation still to be born, and those who serve the immediate needs of today. Grant that every civil servant may treat the rich and the poor, the young and the old, the educated and the uneducated, with dignity and fairness. May we serve without prejudice or partiality in times of prosperity or poverty, peace or war. O God, may every civil servant be a person of integrity, reliability, and commitment, one who serves out of a sincere compassion, never seeking personal gain, status, or privilege. May we make every effort to make our community, city, and nation as well not only a better place to live, but a place known for its mercy, justice, righteousness, and fairness. Give each of us the knowledge, insight, courage, and strength. May we know right from wrong, when to be flexible and when to be firm. Heavenly Father, be merciful to our great land, our great city, and to those who lead us in our communities, cities, and national government. Give to each a sense of calling. May each put a high value of justice, righteousness, honesty, and service. May all have a pure heart and the peace and joy of knowing they have taken the high road. O God, no one said it would be easy, and no one said it was going to be this hard. But may the day come when we can say, praise the Lord, we have come this far. This we pray in the name of the righteous and the righteous, the poorest of the pure, the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. In the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati't pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
I am a Philippine councilor mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances that redound to the general welfare of my constituents in their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self as a guiding principle of my official acts, and as I tread the pathways of local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and heart, that I shall be true to my constituents and to the Filipino people.
Once again, good morning everyone, and welcome to our 32nd regular session dated August 10, 2020. At this point in time, I request our Secretary, Madam Lorraine Vero, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, a pleasant morning to each and every one. For the roll call of attendance for this 32nd regular session dated August 10, 2020. Honorable John Reed G. Gavina, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer.
Present.
Present. Honorable Gianno Paulo Pinteles. Present. Honorable Gregorio U. Duhali III, MPA, MDMG.
Present.
Present. Honorable Attorney Divona Itzo Mamil. Present. Honorable Emeterio E. Blasi. Present. Honorable Flopon Royal A. Catalan. Present. Honorable Attorney Wendell A. Minad. Is not yet around. Honorable Emmanuel G. Pamisaran. Present. Honorable Dizon P. Namuag, MBA. Not yet around. Honorable Renante F. Bangoy. Present. Honorable Wahid B. Ranain. Present. Honorable Conrad Theodore A. Matutino. Is not yet around. Honorable Dato Rodrigo A. Ambasa. Present. Honorable Danica Laika M. Karisma. She's not yet around. So there are 10 in attendance, Mr. President, for today's regular session.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. This 32nd regular session is now in order and in quorum. At this point in time, I request our floor leader, Honorable Duhali, to facilitate our proceedings. Go ahead. Good morning.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Nice morning to each and everyone, members of this August Chamber. At this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, let me pass a resolution dispensing the reading of the minutes and journal of the 31st regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 3, 2020. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Blase. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion dispensing the reading of the journal and minutes of the 31st regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 3, 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, at this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, let me pass a resolution for the approval of the journal and minutes of the 31st regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 3, 2020. And so move, Mr. President.
Again, to assume by Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Ranain and Honorable Ambasan and Honorable Henteles. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion approving the journal and minutes of the 31st regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 3, 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
For the privileged hour, Honorable Presiding Officer, there is one member of this August Chamber that manifested to deliver her privilege speech. Before that, can we recognize the presence of Honorable Dizon Amuag?
Okay, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Lamuwag.
At this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly recognize the vivacious Honorable Humamil.
Okay, Honorable Hamamil is now recognized by the Chair.
To our presiding officer, Honorable Vice Mayor John Ray Gavina, to my colleagues of this august body, to all our constituents watching from Facebook and Panabo Satellite Cable Television, guests, friends, it is with deepest dismay that I deliver this speech today to address an unethical conduct of a member of this august body. As elected public officials, we are bound by the Code of Conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees. Enshrined in the code is the policy of the state to promote a high standard of ethics in public service. Public officials and employees shall at all times be accountable to the people and shall discharge their duties with utmost responsibility, integrity, competence, and loyalty, act with patriotism and justice, lead modest lives, and uphold public interest over personal interest. Let me remind every one of us that we were elected to sit in this chamber because the people believed that we are equipped with knowledge for policy making and crafting legislations that will benefit the general welfare and interest of the public. And we must show them that we are. When a legislation is introduced, we go through a series of committee hearings and meetings, consultation with different department heads, collecting opinion from the public, and other things relevant to craft a well-thought, beneficial, and effective legislation for our city. However, every policy, ordinance, or legislation follows a specific process, and it involves every idea and input of every member of this chamber. As part of our duties as a councilor, it is our duty to also ensure that every introduced legislation will benefit the public in a larger scope, and we must see to it that it is sustainable. During committee hearings and deliberations, we contribute ideas and input, we debate so as to further discuss the wisdom of every legislation. And in the end, we vote for it, all of us. Either we vote yes or no. However, we don't always get what we want, do we? Sometimes, when legislation is put on hold, we must not take it against those who opposed from it. As a professional, responsible, and competent Sanggunian member, we must accept every opinion and choice of everyone with utmost respect, may it be favorable to you or not. It is with deepest disappointment to say that it really broke my heart when I heard those unethical words against me and my colleagues from a person who holds public office in this city. It disappoints me to hear that because some of the members opposed, a public official walks out our streets and puts out statements attacking our stand on a legislation, adding fuel to the fire, and changing the narrative of the proceedings of this council, like as if we are not entitled to our own opinion. To reiterate, we must at all times discharge our duties with utmost responsibility, integrity, competence, and loyalty, and that we must uphold public interest over personal interest. We, the 8th City Council, is a complete separate body whose members are presumed responsible, competent, and loyal to the duties and responsibilities we discharge. We operate with different minds, but in the end, we act as one. We must act as one. And bad-mouthing a colleague is a character I can only wish we do not have. But a girl can dream, right? If we want this city to be better, then we must stop politicizing every action and opinion of every member. We have a job to do, and we must do it in a professional, respectable, and ethical manner. May we be better public officials in the eyes of our constituents and in the eyes of our colleagues. Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Majority Floor Leader, I opt not to be interpellated. I will save more of my comments when I will also be interviewed. This could have been the proper forum, but An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Thank you and good morning.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Humamil.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Humamil. For the question hours, nobody manifested. Now, therefore, we are now on item number 9, of which kindly recognize the Secretary to the Sangguniang for the reading and referral of the proposed measures.
Okay, Madam Lorlin is now recognized by the Chair. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader.
Excuse me, Mr. President.
Okay, good.
Beforehand, kindly recognize the presence of Honorable Matutino and Honorable Danica Carisma.
Okay, acknowledge the presence of Honorable Carisma and Honorable Matutino. Okay, go ahead, Ma'am Lorlin.
Thank you again, Mr. President. For the reading and referral of proposed measures, we have none under proposed ordinance and proposed resolution. And for the petitions, requests, and other communications, we have 13 calendared items with 2 inclusions, certified urgent. C.1, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 003, Series of 2019 of Barangay Buena Vista, approving the 2020 annual budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Buena Vista, Panabo City, amounting to 217,063 pesos and 90 cents.
Item C.1 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.2, Augmentation Ordinance number 1, Series of 2020 of Barangay Upper Likanan, amounting to 55,000 pesos.
Item C.2 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.3, letter from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 28, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 500,000 pesos of the scouting program of the City Mayor's Office.
Item C.3 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.4, letter from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 28, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 350,000 pesos of the City Council of Women of the City Mayor's Office.
Item C.4 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.5, letter again from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 29, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 100,000 pesos of the Kuryente Watch program of the City Mayor's Office.
Item C.5 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.6, letter from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 30, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 70,000 pesos of the Tourism Promotion Section of the City Administrator's Office.
Item C.6 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.7, letter again from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 30, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 130,000 pesos of the Tourism Promotion Section of the City Administrator's Office.
Item C.7 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.8, letter again from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 29, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 714,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office.
Item C.8 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.9, letter again from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated August 6, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 380,000 pesos under the City Human Resource Management Office.
Item C.9 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.10, letter from Jose E. Relampago City Mayor, dated July 20, 2020, requesting authority to enter into and sign the collective negotiation agreement between the City of Panabo and the Panabo City Hall Government Employees Association.
Item C, point 10, to be referred to the Joint Committees on Good Government, Public Ethics, Accountabilities and Laws, Justice, Human Rights, Fact Finding, and Investigation.
CDAT 11, letter from Conrad Tudor A. Matutino, Ponong Barangay of San Francisco, endorsing for appropriate legislative measure of the 8th City Council the petition letter dated June 22, 2020 of the residents of Porok 4-A and Porok 6-B of Barangay San Francisco, Panabo City, with regards to the land property development of the heirs of Mr. Silverio Donalvo with original certificate of title number P-18585/P-15679.
All right.
Before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Inad. Item C, point 11, to be referred to the Committee on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, Human Rights, Fact Finding, and Investigation.
CDAT 12, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 3, 2020, endorsing the following for appropriate action to it. Item A, Local School Board Resolution Number 11, Series of 2020, a resolution recommending to the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo City the renaming of the Panabo National High School to Panabo City National High School. Item B, Local School Board Resolution Number 12, Series of 2020, a resolution recommending to the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo City the renaming of the New Visayas Elementary School to New Visayas Central Elementary School.
Item C, point 12, to be referred to the Committee on Education, Culture, and Scouting.
CDAT 13, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 3, 2020, requesting for the enactment of an ordinance amending Section 301 of the Revised Revenue Code of Panabo City, particularly on the schedule of rental rates for the use of heavy equipment owned by the city.
Item C, point 13, to be referred to the Committee on Ways and Means and Government Enterprises.
CDAT 14, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 6, 2020, endorsing for appropriate action the CDC Execom Resolution Number 2, Series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo City the Supplemental Annual Investment Program Number 3 for calendar year 2020, comprising the various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget.
Item C, point 14, to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
And CDAT 15, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 6, 2020, requesting the Sangguniang Panglungsod to pass a resolution authorizing the city government of Panabo to withdraw and or terminate the city's special savings account at the Development Bank of the Philippines, or DBP, Tagum City Branch, with account number 0916-040350, and transfer the proceeds to Land Bank of the Philippines, Panabo City Branch, with account number 1742-1006-90, General Fund, as current account.
Item C, point 15, to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, done with the committee referrals. We are now on the item number 10, of which committee reports. We have 18 items. At this juncture, let me pass a resolution dispensing the reading of these committee reports. I so move, Mr. President.
To move by Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Ranain, Honorable Lamuwag, and Honorable Blase. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion dispensing the reading of the 18 committee reports is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, the first to deliver his committee reports for his omnibus committee reports, kindly do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Ranay.
Okay, Honorable Ranay is recognized by the chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and good morning. Good morning to the members of the 8 City Council and to our Secretariat and to our visitors here today. Mr. President, let me pass a resolution, an omnibus resolution adopting Committee Report number 59, series of 2020 of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 46,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office support to Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and report number 60 regarding request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 30,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office support to Municipal Trial Court in cities. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Ambasan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 59, Series 2020, and Committee Report number 60, Series 2020, all Committee on Finance and Appropriations, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, for the second time, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly recognize again for his omnibus resolution, Honorable Wahid Ranay.
Okay, Honorable Ranay is now recognized by the chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass an omnibus resolution adopting Committee Report number 61, series of 2020 of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 3, series of 2019 of Barangay Salvacion, approving the 2020 annual budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Salvacion, Panabo City, amounting to 944,620 pesos and 90 centavos, and report number 62, series of 2020, regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 5, series of 2019 of Barangay Nanyo, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Nanyo, Panabo City, amounting to 482,131 pesos and 50 centavos. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 61, Series 2020, and Committee Report number 62, Series 2020, all Committee on Finance and Appropriations, is hereby duly carried and approved.
Once again, for his omnibus resolution, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the adoption of these four committee reports, can you do again acknowledge the man of the hour, Honorable Wahid Ranay?
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the chair.
Thank you so much. I move to pass an omnibus resolution adopting Committee Report number 63, series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 1, series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Mabunaw, amounting to 3,057,477 pesos. Committee Report number 64 regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 1, series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Cacao, amounting to 3,405,731 pesos and 70 centavos. Report number 65 regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 1, series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Dapco, amounting to 5 million pesos. And report number 66 regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 3, series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Buena Vista, amounting to 2,170,639 pesos and 12 centavos. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Misara, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Ambasan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We are now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none. The motion adopting Committee Report number 63, Series 2020, and Committee Report number 64, 65, and 66, all Series 2020, and all Committee on Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for Committee Report number 67, Series 2020, the same committee, Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Can you do again acknowledge Honorable Wahid?
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 67, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 2, Series of 2020, embodying the calendar year 2020 supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Malativas, amounting to 288,803 pesos and 36 centavos. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran and Honorable Duhali and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 67, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 2, Series of 2020, embodying the calendar year 2020, Supplemental Budget number 2 of Barangay Manativas, amounting to 288,803 pesos and 36 centavos is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for Committee Report number 68, Series of 2020, same committee, Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Once again, do recognize, please, Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. Again, I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 68, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding request of the City Mayor for authority to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Panabo and the ECPAC Systems Corporation for the installation and the use of the ECPAC systems in the City Budget Office. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Duhali, Honorable Pamisaran, and Honorable Namuwag.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 68, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, regarding request of the City Mayor for authority to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Panabo and the ECPAC System Corporation for the installation and the use of ECPAC systems in the City Budget Office is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for Committee Report number 69, Series of 2020, same committee, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, do again recognize Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 69, Series of 2020 of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding CDC Resolution number 9, Series of 2020, requesting the approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City to declare as savings the amount of 16,504,400 pesos appropriated to various projects under the local and 20% development funds in AIP calendar year 2016, AIP calendar year 2017, AIP calendar year 2018, and calendar year 2020, and revert the same amount to unappropriated balance. I so move, Mr. President.
To assume by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Duhali, Honorable Amisaran, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and deliberation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and deliberation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 69, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, regarding CDC Resolution Number 9, Series 2020, requesting the approval of the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo City to declare as savings the amount of 16,504,400 pesos appropriated to various projects under local and 20% development funds in AIP calendar year 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2020, and revert the same amount to unappropriated balance is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, same committee, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, for his Committee Report Number 70, Series of 2020. Again, can you do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranaing?
Again, Honorable Ranaing is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report Number 70, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding CDC Resolution Number 10, Series 2020, recommending to the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City the approval of supplemental updated Local Development Investment Program Number 2, calendar year 2019 to 2021, containing various programs, projects, and activities. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranaing, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Banggoy, Honorable Ambasan, and Honorable Namuwag.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 70, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations regarding CDC Resolution Number 10, Series 2020, recommending to the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo City the approval of Supplemental Updated Local Development Investment Program Number 2, calendar year 2019 to 2021, containing various programs and projects and activities is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for Committee Report Number 71, Series of 2020, same committee again. Can you do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangays New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Ranaing?
Okay, again, Honorable Ranaing is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report Number 71, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding CDC Resolution Number 11, Series of 2020, recommending to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the approval of Supplemental Annual Investment Program Number 2, calendar year 2020, containing various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranaing, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems again interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed and open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments is now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 71, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations regarding CDC Resolution Number 11, Series 2020, recommending the Sangguniang Panlungsod approval of the Supplemental Annual Investment Plan Number 2, calendar year 2020, containing various projects and activities to be prioritized, and the ensuing supplemental budget is hereby duly carried and approved.
For the committee reports number 50, 51, and 52, all series of 2020, same committee, Joint Committees on Finance and Appropriation and Youth and Sports and Affairs. Once again, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly do acknowledge the gray-peppered hair, Honorable Wahid Ranaing.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranaing is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much for the compliment, Mr. Floor Leader and our Mr. President. In behalf of the lady from Barangay San Vicente, the Honorable Danica Laika M. Carisma. This representation would like to pass an omnibus resolution adopting committee report number 50, series of 2020 of the Joint Committees on Finance and Appropriation and Youth and Sports Affairs regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 3, series of 2019 of Barangay Kauswagan approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Kauswagan, Panabo City, amounting to 317,476 pesos and 29 centavos. Report number 51 regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 3, series of 2019 of Barangay Sindaton approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Sindaton, Panabo City, amounting to 644,985 pesos and 59 centavos. And report number 52 regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 6, series of 2019 of Barangay Manay, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Manay, Panabo City, amounting to 817,262 pesos. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, and Honorable Inteles, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 50, Series 2020, Committee Report number 51, Series 2020, and Committee Report number 52, Series 2020, all on Joint Committees on Finance and Appropriations and Youth and Sports Affairs, is hereby duly carried and approved.
A joint committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer, from the Committee on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and the Laws, Justice, and Human Rights. The lead committee, can you do again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. The last committee report from yours truly today, in behalf of the gorgeous lady from Barangay San Vicente, the Honorable Attorney Divona Humamil,
The
this
vivacious one.
representation would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 53, Series 2020 of the Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, and Human Rights, Fact-Finding and Investigation regarding request of the City Mayor for authority to sign the deed of donation between the City Government of Panabo and the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales concerning the donation of parcels of land located at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Carisma, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Umisaran, and Honorable Ambasan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems again interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 53, Series 2020, Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, and Human Rights of Finding and Investigation regarding request of the City Mayor for authority to sign the deed of donation between the City Government of Panabo and the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales concerning the donation of parcels of land located at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, for the last committee report, number 4, series of 2020, for Committee on Education, Culture, and Scouting. Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, kindly do acknowledge and recognize the hardworking councilor, Honorable Emmanuel Pamisaran.
Okay, Honorable Pamisaran is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President, and to our Majority Floor Leader. Good morning to all the members of this honorable chamber and, of course, to our visitors this morning. Mr. President, on behalf of the committee, this humble representation would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report Number 04, Series of 2020, Committee on Education, Culture and Scouting regarding the letter from Jose A. Relampagos, City Mayor, dated June 22, 2020, endorsing the Resolution Number 001, Series of 2020 of Panabo City School Board requesting for the amendment of the Scholar ng Lungsod Ordinance in view of the coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Pamisaran, duly seconded by Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 4, Series 2020, Committee on Education, Culture and Scouting, regarding letter from Jose E. Relampagos, City Mayor, dated June 22, 2020, endorsing the Resolution Number 001, Series 2020, of the Panabo City School Board requesting for the amendment of the Scholar ng Lungsod Ordinance in view of the coronavirus disease pandemic is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, done with the committee reports, and for item number 11, we have the adoption of agenda, and we have the calendar business. We have none for the unassigned business to discuss. We have 20 for the new business and 1 for the third and final reading. I so move to adopt this calendar business of the day. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Blase and Honorable Bangoy. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion adopting the agenda of the 32nd regular session of the 8th City Council is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, once again, for first to deliver his proposed resolutions, kindly do acknowledge the man of the hour, Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. President, I would like to pass an omnibus resolution declaring the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Salvacion, Panabo City amounting to 944,620 pesos and 90 centavos, and the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Nanyo, Panabo City amounting to 482,131 pesos and 50 centavos, operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Carisma, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We are now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 187 and 188, all series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in favor to the motion are the following: Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Namuab, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. All voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 187 and 188, all series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, with his co-chairperson, Danica Laika Carisma, once again for his omnibus resolution, can we do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay Visayas, Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. In behalf of my co-proponent, the Honorable Danica Laika M. Carisma, this representation would like to pass an omnibus resolution declaring the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Kauswagan, Panabo City amounting to 317,476 pesos and 29 centavos. The 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Sindaton, Panabo City, amounting to 644,985 pesos and 59 centavos. And the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Manay, Panabo City, amounting to 817,262 pesos, operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Umisaran, Honorable Bangoy, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 189 series 2020 and 190 series 2020 and 191 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion are the following: Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted affirmatively, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 189, 190, and 191, all series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, once again, an omnibus resolutions from the same committee, committee on appropriation, budget, and okay, this 1, 2, 3. It's four. Can you do again acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Wahid Ranain?
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. Again, I move to pass an omnibus resolution declaring the Appropriation Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Mabunao, Panabo City, amounting to 3,057,477 pesos. The Appropriation Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Cacao, amounting to 3,405,731 pesos and 70 centavos. The Appropriation Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Dapco, amounting to 5 million pesos. And the Appropriation Ordinance Number 3, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Buena Vista, Panabo City, amounting to 2,170,639 pesos and 12 centavos, operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Misara, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Hinteles, and Honorable Ambasan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested again. Therefore, debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 192, 193, 194, and 195, all series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Favoring the motion are the following: Honorable Duhali, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 192, 193, 194, and 195, all series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Malatibas for this year, can you do again acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Ranay?
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 2 series of 2020 embodying the calendar year 2020 supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Malatibas amounting to 288,803 pesos and 36 centavos operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Hinteles.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed up in the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 196 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion are the following: Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 196 series 2020, declaring the appropriation ordinance number 2 series of 2020 embodying the calendar year 2020 supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Manatibas amounting to 288,803 pesos and 36 centavos operative in its entirety is hereby duly carried and approved. Okay, good, Honorable Duali.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, we are now on the item number 11 on the calendar business for today for the proposed resolution number 197 series of 2020. Once again, can you do acknowledge the committee chair on Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution declaring as savings the amount of 16,504,400 pesos appropriated to various projects under local and 20% development funds in AIP calendar year 2016, AIP calendar year 2017, AIP calendar year 2018, and calendar year 2020, and revert the same amount to unappropriated balance. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed, open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 197 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in favor to the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 197 series 2020, declaring a savings the amount of 16,504,400 pesos appropriated various projects under local and 20% development funds in AIP calendar year 2016, AIP calendar year 2017, AIP calendar year 2018, and calendar year 2020, and revert the same amount to an unappropriated balance is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the approval of supplemental budget, supplemental updated local development investment program, calendar year 2019 to 2021. Kindly do again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution approving the supplemental updated local development investment program number 2 calendar year 2019 to 2021 containing various projects, programs, projects and activities as per City Development Council Resolution number 10 series of 2020. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 198, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in support to the motion, we have Honorable Namuag, Honorable Blase, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted affirmatively, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 198, series 2020, approving the supplemental updated local development investment program number 2, calendar year 2019 to 2021, containing various programs, projects, and activities as per City Development Council Resolution number 10, series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the approval of supplemental annual investment program calendar year 2020, once again, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution approving the supplemental annual investment program number 2 calendar year 2020 containing various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 199, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Favoring the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 199, series 2020, approving the supplemental annual investment program number 2, calendar year 2020, containing various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, for the proposed resolution number 201, series of 2020, with
200.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I stand corrected, Honorable Presiding Officer. All right. With his very supportive co-chairperson, kindly do acknowledge the lead committee chair, Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. In behalf of my very supportive co-proponent, our CAM counselor, the Honorable Attorney Devona Humamil, this representation would like to pass a resolution authorizing Jose E. Relampagos, City Mayor, to sign the deed of donation between the City Government of Panabo and the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales concerning the donation of parcels of land located at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City, I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Ambasan, Honorable Namuwag, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and deliberation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, the Orvan legend, the very calm, Honorable Wendell Inad is
Okay,
raising
good.
his hand.
Okay, good. Honorable Inad.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, to our Majority Floor Leader. Just a clarificatory question on the proposed measure. While we acknowledge the generosity and the benevolence of the Gonzales family in donating a parcel of land situated at Barangay San Vicente, may we know from the proponent under whose name the property is registered, Mr. Chair?
Okay, good. Honorable Ranain.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. The answer to the interpellation of the Honorable Attorney Wendell Inad is that the heirs of Consejo de Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales did not execute the extrajudicial partition of such property, but the property is named on the spouses Consejo de Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales, but the heirs, the four of them, were the signatories of the draft deed of donation, and they personally appeared to this committee, Mr. President, manifesting their intention to donate such property. And what would happen to this property is just the title will be just annotated na donated siya to the city government of Panabo.
Okay,
This property is used long time ago by the Barangay San Vicente, and currently it is now constructed with the Barangay Hall of San Vicente.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Ranain. Okay, good. Honorable Inad.
I understand the explanation of Honorable Ranain, Mr. President. Only that I am insisting on the proper document that should be prepared so as to effect the transfer of ownership. Well, anyways, Mr. President, the Gonzales family has already appeared before this August body, and what is important of this legislative measure is their intention to donate this property. Well, anyways, as to the question whether or not the property should be transferred under the name of the government, it can be ratified, Mr. President, by way of executing extrajudicial settlement later on.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Inad.
Right. I think nobody seems, again, wants to debate with the honorable proponent. Therefore, debate and deliberation is now closed up in the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 200 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Karisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Attorney Enad in favor, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 200 series 2020, authorizing Jose Irilampagos City Mayor to sign the deed of donation between the city government of Panabo and the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix G. Gonzales concerning the donation of parcel of land located at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right. Once again, Honorable Presiding Officer, a resolution for the heirs of the donating party. Can you do again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. Again, in behalf of the gorgeous sana the Honorable Attorney Devona Ichumamil, this representation would like to pass a resolution commending the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix Gonzales for their generosity and benevolence in donating portions of their property situated at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City in favor of the city government of Panabo. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran and Honorable Inteles and Honorable Catalan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Datuambasan, Honorable Intiles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 201, Series 2020, commending the heirs of Consejo D. Gonzales and Felix Gonzales for their generosity and benevolence in donating portions of their property situated at Barangay San Vicente, Panabo City in favor of the city government of Panabo is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, another in relation with the previous resolution, Honorable Presiding Officer, can you do again acknowledge the proponent, Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. In behalf of the Honorable Attorney Devona Humamil, would like to pass a resolution earnestly requesting the Barangay Council of San Vicente to put a signage or a structure within the Barangay Hall premises recognizing the Gonzales family as the donor of the property. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Ambasan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed solution number 202 Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Favoring the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Intiles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Attorney Enad, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed solution number 202 Series 2020 earnestly requesting the Barangay Council of San Vicente to put a signage or structure within the Barangay Hall premises recognizing the Gonzales family as a donor of the property is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, an authority for the local chief executive, this proposed resolution. Once again, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution authorizing the City Mayor Jose R. Lampagos to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Panabo and the ECPAC Systems Corporation for the installation and the use of ECPAC systems in the City Budget Office. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Namuag, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
No one's to debate, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 203 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in support to the motion, we have, of course, the proponent, Honorable Ranain. We have Honorable Duhali, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Bangoy, and Honorable Pamisaran. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 203 series 2020, authorizing the City Mayor Jose A. Lampagos to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Panabo and the EasyPack System Corporation for the installation of the use of EasyPack system in the City Budget Office is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, a letter taking cognizance of the letter of Mayor Jose Relampagos. Can we do at this juncture acknowledge Honorable Emmanuel Pamizaran?
Okay, Honorable Pamisaran is recognized by the Chair.
Again, thank you, Mr. President, and to our Majority Floor Leader. On behalf of the committee, Mr. President, this humble representation would like to pass a resolution taking cognizance of the letter from Jose E. Relampagos, City Mayor, dated June 20 to 2020, endorsing the resolution number 001, series of 2020 of Panabo City School Board, requesting for the amendment of the Scalar ng Lungsod Ordinance in view of the coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic. I so move, Mr. President.
To by Honorable Pamisaran, duly seconded by Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Ranain, Honorable Duhali, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendment is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 204 series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. In favor of the motion, we have the proponent, Honorable Pamisaran. We have Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Ranain, Honorable Attorney Enad, in favor, Honorable Attorney Humamil, in favor, and Honorable Duhali. So all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 204 series 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, we're almost through, Honorable Presiding Officer. At this juncture, for his omnibus resolution, can we do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, Honorable Ranain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. My last legislation for today. I move to pass an omnibus augmentation ordinance number 27 series of 2020, authorizing the City Mayor Jose A. Relampagos to augment funds in the amount of 46,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office, support to Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and proposed augmentation ordinance number 28 series of 2020, authorizing the City Mayor Jose A. Relampagos to augment funds in the amount of 30,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office, support to Municipal Trial Court in cities. I so move, Mr. President.
To by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Blase, Honorable Enad.
All right, for debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Can you do acknowledge, Honorable Presiding Officer, the legendary Honorable?
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Enad.
Again, thank you, Mr. President. May we ask from the proponent what is the object of expenditures of the proposed measure, of the proposed augmentation ordinance?
Okay, Augmentation Ordinance number 27 or 28 or both?
28.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Anayan.
May I ask to please open the attachment? Okay, thank you, Mr. President. The request of the City Mayor's Office for a while, Mr. President, for the augmentation ordinance support to the municipal trial court. No. Okay, I have here the supporting. From the training expenses, local amount of 20,000 pesos and training expenses amount of 10,000 pesos, it is requested to augment such amount to the office supplies expense of the MTCC, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Anayan. Go ahead, Honorable Anad.
Mr. Chair, in coming up with this proposed measure, was there a consultation with the municipal trial court with respect to these expenditures?
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Anayan.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. As a regular budget process, Mr. President, the city government or the executive department has support to the national line agencies. Now, the national line agencies such as the MTCC, whenever they find it that their budget of such categories such as these office supplies are exhausted and they have still the budget on the other shall we say expenditures, they are the one who requested the mayor's office for such augmentation. So naggikan ang request sa MTCC before ni act ang ato ang executive department.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Anayan. Go ahead, Honorable Anad.
That's why I'm raising this question, Mr. President, because as a practicing lawyer, a private practitioner, we are currently conducting our hearing online. So, Mr. President, we have been asked, in fact, the great lawyer, attorney Bona Humamel can attest to that we have been asked for the budget for the online litigation. Was there a request for budget for online hearing or litigation?
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Anayan.
Within line to this legislation, Mr. President, there is none mentioned on this item. Maybe the MTCC is requesting that budget on the ensuing supplemental budget or the next budget year, Mr. President. As far as this augmentation is concerned, only the office supplies is requested to be augmented, and this representation asked question to the other offices who is requesting for augmentation. They lack funds in the purchase of sanitary kits and shall we say, Mr. disinfectant, Mr. President. That's why they are requesting for the augmentation of their supplies expense.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Anayan. Go ahead, Honorable Anad.
So with that, Mr. President, I am now calling the attention of this august body, these honorable members, that there's a need for us to support the the trial courts, no, station in the locality. No? So there's a need for us to help them to augment funds so as to properly effect the online litigation in view of the pandemic COVID-19, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. We will make Brigada the trial court if you want.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, done with the debate and interpellation. Now it's moved to open the amendment portion.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the open amendment portion.
Nobody seems interested, therefore item of amendment is now closed.
Amendment is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 28, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Duhali, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Intiles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Attorney Enad, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably to the augmentation ordinance, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed augmentation ordinance number 28, series 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, done with the that was concluded to our proposed resolution for the assigned business. For the unassigned business, Honorable Presiding Officer, there is none. We are now on the third and final reading. We have one item. This item, okay. Kindly do acknowledge the proponent, Honorable Emmanuel Pamisaran.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Pamisaran.
Again, thank you, Mr. President, and to our Majority Floor Leader. Mr. President, on behalf of the hardworking, diligent members of the Committee on Education, Culture, and Scouting, this representation, I would like to pass a motion for third and final reading, the proposed City Ordinance Number 21, Series of 2020, consolidating all scholarship grants of the city and providing additional provisions thereof. I so move, Mr. President.
The by Honorable Misaran, duly seconded by Honorable Ranain, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Montino, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Ambasan, Honorable Muag, and Honorable Blase. Since this is for third and final reading, those who are in favor of the said proposed City Ordinance Number 21, Series 2020, consolidating all scholarship grants of the city and providing additional provisions thereof, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in favor for the third and final reading of the proposed City Ordinance Number 21, Series of 2020, we have Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Blase, Honorable Dato Ambasan, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Umamil, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, the proponent of course, and Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably to the ordinance, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed City Ordinance Number 21, Series 2020, consolidating all scholarship grants of the city and providing additional provisions thereof, is hereby duly carried and approved for third and final reading.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the committee, I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to all the members of this honorable chamber, to the support staff for your unending support extended for the realization of this ordinance. I believe, Mr. President, it is a landmark or legacy of the 8th City Council, considering that this is the code of all scholarship programs in the city of Panabo. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
All right, Honorable. Thank you, Mr. Vito King. Vito Chupan. Vito Chupan. All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, done with the third and final reading. For the announcement portion, anybody from the members? All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, can we do acknowledge Honorable, the man of the hour, Honorable White Ranain?
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Ranain.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would like to request the members of the Committee on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and the members of the Committee Laws, Justice, and Human Rights to kindly please remain for a while after this honorable session. We're going to have a committee meeting. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Ranain.
All right, anybody? Honorable Presiding Officer, for the Secretary to the Sangguniang, do you have any, ma'am? There is none, and it's your time, Honorable Presiding Officer.
No announcement from the chair. Thank you.
All right, at exactly 11:23, I move to pass a resolution adjourning the 32nd Honorable Session. I sumo, Mr. President.
To Sue Venerable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Blase. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, session adjourned exactly 11:23 a.m.